Yeah, that might be a thing. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, because realistically, anytime you do something like this, it just resets itself, which is very annoying. And I thought, you know what? I've got everything. I was doing so well. I scheduled this stream out this afternoon whilst Chrissy was out collecting the kids. I had that all set up and ready to go. I was good to go. I was ready to, you know, do it. I come upstairs. I was getting ready to go live, and then all of a sudden, bam, issues. I didn't think much of it because we got it all sorted beforehand, and then 5 minutes into the stream, bam, down it goes. And then we are. I assume you can hear me now, by the way. But it's happening again. It's very annoying what's happening with my eye. Very, very annoying. Look at that. I have no idea what I've done that for, but it looks cool. These are the first Diagon Alley pieces where we've got these sleeper studs all over the shop. So, looks pretty good. Day. How was our day? Long. It's a long day. But, no, other than that, it was fine. It was absolutely fine, you know. As fine as it's gonna be, and all that jazz. But yeah, my eye is just, and face are just, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't. And when I do find out, I will actually rejoice. I mean, look at this. I keep getting things wrong on here. You're kind of petrified to go to school tomorrow due to the meeting. Look, you'll be absolutely fine. You will be absolutely fine. I mean, our friend this morning, her daughter had a meeting with Senko, and her daughter's, how old? Her daughter is 6, and they were the kid herself. She came up to me, showed me a Cookie, which is a Tokyo Disneyland dog, and just started saying to me, "Oh, we got a meeting! We got a meeting!" And I thought, wow, kid's excited about a meeting with the Senko. But you know, to each their own, and all of that. And she's a wonderful child, and sometimes she also has ASD, by the way. One thing I've noticed over the last few years is just the sheer amount of children with ASD. It's explosively increased. It has. And I don't think it is that we're just noticing it more. I really don't. Apparently YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. But I can see smooth streaming. You just fear they're going to say bad things and say the things you do wrong. Well, they may say the things you do wrong, right? But in the same breath, perhaps what you do wrong, in their eyes, is not wrong at all. You know, because at the end of the day, we are being, I don't want to use the word judged, but it does kind of feel like you, as a neurodivergent person, or indeed the parent of a neurodivergent person, it does feel like you or your child are being judged, right? But the people making the judgments, be it the Senko or the local authority or anybody like that, they generally, for the most part, have no idea what it's like to be in the shoes of somebody who sees the world completely different to everybody else. And so when they make those judgments, they make them based upon their own view of the world. And in some respects, we can't really judge them for that. because they don't get it, and they will never get it. And it's people like, you know, even Chrissy. She sees it, she lives it, she sees that I look at the world completely differently to anybody else around me, that Dexter does the same, and she understands those things. But she doesn't get it. And that's not a slight on her, because how can you get something like that when you just don't have the ability to, you know, process and see the world in such a way as we are? I mean, I think that makes sense in my mind. Good evening, Julie. Good evening, Beats and Tapes. Julie says, "Dear me, 1 minute I'm listening to you while I'm washing up, and then you disappear on me. Sorry about that." So what do you say? Mind my language a little bit, but the school made this new rule for after their half term is shit. Yeah. Look, I don't even need to know what the rule is. Schools making new rules is always shit. Right? You don't have to worry about your language here. We're past 7 p.m. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, you know, how often do you feel like the school's got your best interests at heart? And I must say, when it comes to myself, I never felt that about myself when I was at school. And when it comes to my son, I don't think they've got his best interests at heart. And when it comes to our daughter, I don't think they've got her best interests at heart. When we spoke to them today, the Senko phoned us today about what was effectively Dexter not being accepted to the correct type of educational setting that he needs to be. And he made it practically painfully clear that it's just about money. Money, money, money. And despite the fact that everybody's aware, everybody's aware that he should be in that setting, they just don't want to pay for it. And so basically it felt like a snidey phone call on behalf of the local authority. Like the school was doing the local authority's dirty work for them today. And it was essentially suck it up, buttercup. And you know, both of us as parents just wanted to freak out at them. But you can't, can you? You can't. They're putting the bell after every lesson and all that jazz, and if we are late, the teachers lock us outside and then get members of the senior leadership and be put in the late room if we are. That is disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. That's ridiculous. You had a bell at the end of every lesson? I mean, we didn't. But locking you outside if they're... No? Oh my god. That's ridiculous. I want to use another R word, but I won't because we're on YouTube and this is a family channel. But that is ridiculous. But it is something R. That's for sure. And it's not the R. Remember the R rate? When it came to the old coof? Everyone wanted to know, oh, what's the R rate? What's the R rate? Who gives two shiny shites? They didn't... No, nobody understood it, but they wanted to know it. Right. Donk on there. Oh dear. Be assertive with them, Ben. They go out their way to belittle, patronise, and every other narcissistic stunt they can. Oh yeah, believe me. The Senko at our school. I won't name him. But he used to be the receptionist, and he's somehow moved from the receptionist to the head of special needs, first and foremost. Don't know how that happened, but it did. And secondly, he's just a patronising a-hole. An absolutely patronising a-hole. And he's also, I'm going to say it, he's a bully. Not just of the parents, but of the children too. He's a bully. I mean, I could tell you of an incident where Dexter was not well, but attended a sports day with us, not as a participant because he'd had the day off, but he was attending the sports day to see his sister compete. And he went inside the school to go to the toilet. And the lunch lady said to him, "Oh, after you've been to the toilet, Dexter, come back and I'll give you a slice of garlic bread." Because the lunch ladies love him, right? They absolutely love him. And the way to our son's heart is food. It always has been. It always will be. So he goes to the toilet and he comes out and he goes to get this garlic bread. And I believe he's even handed the garlic bread. And the Senko catches him and berates him, belittles him, screams at him because he is off sick. So that made him put the garlic bread back. The garlic bread that he'd just been promised by the lunch lady. He said, "You're not entitled to it, Dexter. You're not entitled to be in here." Serious. This happened. Over something so trivial and stupid. He's a bully. An absolute bully. But then, again, I expect this sort of behaviour. I expect this sort of behaviour from a school that allows a teacher to literally leave her handprints in our son's arm because she assaulted him, and then continues to allow her to teach and refuses to investigate that incident properly. I expect it. Have you seen the Record Store Day 25 list yet, Ben? There is 3 Harry Potter releases on it. No, I haven't. That's pretty cool. I'm not shocked, though, because there is a new Wizarding World opening in Florida. So a 3rd Harry Potter theme park area in Florida, which is nuts. What on earth? How am I meant to connect this on? Oh, like that. There's actually 3 points of connection on these smaller ones. Not 2. So you've got to only slightly offset it. So it can be clipped in like that with an overhang. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with the Senko. So would he do the local authorities' dirty work? Definitely. Definitely he would. He's a bully. And I'm sorry to say it so openly and so brazenly. And when that teacher did assault our child, and yeah, I do use the word assault. She did assault him. When she did assault our child, Chrissy put it on a Facebook group, right? She didn't name the school. She didn't name the teacher. She just said what happened. You know, there's a teacher's handprint left in our child's arm. Nothing's going on. Nothing's going to be done about it. They're refusing to investigate it properly. And in fact, they said that he started it. An autistic child having a meltdown started it, and therefore the teacher was allowed to assault our son. Anyway, that's not the point. I've completely lost my train of thought. Screaming that's abuse, and more to the point, the dinner lady should have been spoken to, not Dexter. Neither of them should have been spoken to, Julie. Neither of them should have been spoken to. It was down to the dinner lady if she wanted to give him. I mean, to the point that, right? to the point that the school dinners are provided by an outside company. It's not even the school. They just work inside the school. He has absolutely no say or authority over what they do. He has nothing to do with it. And yet, ooh, hold on. Texture brick. And yet he thought, I'm going to bully that child. And that must have been his only train of thought. No, getting back to what I was saying. Chrissy put this on a Facebook post in a parents with autism or kids with autism group. And the school phoned us. And what did they say to you, Chrissy? They told her to take that post down from social media. Now, they told her to take a post down that didn't name anyone. That, look, Paris, set of stairs. Oh, yeah. And did Chrissy comply? Did she fuck? Thankfully. But that's what they were concerned with. More than the fact that a teacher had assaulted a child. They were concerned with a social media post that didn't name the school, didn't name the teacher, and simply spoke about what had occurred with a picture of the handprint. What did they think people were going to identify who the teacher was by the handprint left in our son's arm? Somehow that's the end of bag 13. Something's gone wrong here. I'm trying to work out where this is meant to have gone. Ah, it's gone here. I get it. That's where it goes. See? When you've got a more than 1x1 piece left over, you know there's something missing on the set. Oh, look at all these really nice spare parts, though. They can go in the spare part bucket. Lisa, that is a common assault under UK law, and they refuse to have it investigated. They refused to have it investigated. And not only did they refuse to have it investigated, they forced Dexter back into the care of that teacher within, what, 2 weeks, babe? I did tell Chrissy we should phone the police ourselves, but this was about 2 years ago now. Still, clear plastic, woohoo. The point that I'm trying to make is, they care more about their bottom line and their own reputation than they do about the students within the school. To the point that when a special needs child is assaulted by a member of staff, they want to cover it up and blame the child. That's where we are in society. Indeed, you're correct, Lisa. The school will always look after the school. You're not wrong. That's absolutely true. There's no other way to describe it, because that is what happened. The school looked after the school. They didn't care about the well-being of the child. They didn't care about our well-being as parents. They didn't care about any of that. They simply cared about their own reputational existence. And let's face it, it's not the best-rated school in the world anyway. I've got half a mind to think that, despite the fact this isn't being watched by very many people at the moment, hello on the vertical stream. If you haven't clicked the like button yet, please do. And if you would like to, come over to the horizontal stream that's running simultaneously. There's a much bigger build area in there that you can see. It's much better. I hadn't even noticed there were loads of people up there watching on the vertical stream. Hello. Because I've got horizontal down here where that chat is, and vertical up there. So, good evening. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We like to talk about life and build some Lego here at the moment. That's what we're doing. Yeah, this indeed seems like it does always happen, Tiana. You're correct. And once again, like I said, as parents, the frustration levels are through the roof. Through the roof. Anywho. Right. Back to it. If you are watching on the horizontal stream, we do have a super chat goal this evening of one super chat of £5 or more. And I would say that's to go towards the drone fund. We're not going to be able to do that for a while, unfortunately. But when we can, we will get a drone and get it up in the air outside of Universal Studios in Bedfordshire. And then once we've got it, we will commit to 2 weekly, bi-weekly videos droning up that area whilst they build it up, hoping we see the construction of a wizarding world of Harry Potter. Tiana says, Julie or Chrissy, can I ask for advice? I'll ask Chrissy to jump back in the chat. Could you jump back in the chat? You're being asked for advice. And perhaps Julie and Chrissy could give you some advice together. I'm looking for a clock. Oh, look, there is a clock. I'm loving the fact that all these pieces are printed. No stickers. I mean, for the price that this set did cost, I would expect nothing less, to be honest. And that's going to go up and sit on there. Look at that. Building a little office out. But yes, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, we'd appreciate that too. No, Lisa, Chrissy said the same thing. She went, yet, when it came to the stickers. No. There are no stickers. I think that's correct. With the back like that. I think it's correct. Because if there are stickers, you get a sticker sheet in with the manuals. And we didn't. And this is manual 4, by the way. Manual 4. Jesus Christ. So, thankfully, no stickers on the set. But for like... Oh, God, here it goes again. Okay. That was my eye seizing up yet again. Which is somewhat annoying. So Tiana says in the chat, kind of scared because you've been kind of taken advantage of. Been messaged by loads of men over 20 when I'm 17 and kind of forcing me to send inappropriate things. I haven't done anything, but I'm kind of scared. That's all I get. Block them. That would be my advice. Immediately block them. Immediately block them. Because that's ridiculous. And disgusting. And should not be tolerated by you or anybody around you. No, do not send inappropriate things. Tell them to F off and hit the block button. That would be my advice. I mean, I can ask the ladies their advice. But the advice to me, Lisa says, block and report them to the platforms. I wholeheartedly 100% agree. And if you're watching on a vertical stream, you can watch on the horizontal. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, I would say block, and in fact, you could go a little bit further. Yeah, tell them no one has space for their tiny pickles, Lisa says. But you could go a little bit further, right? Because what you could do is take a quick screenshot of their social media accounts and start sharing them. Say, oh, look, I'm going to share what you've said. Look, don't let these type of things and these types of people get to you. But you need to, for your own safety, for your own well-being, I would say block them. Report them to the platforms, as Lisa said, and tell them to F off as well. And perhaps, like I said, name and shame them. That could also be a way to help solve it out, because take screenshots of their profiles, their pictures and everything, and the messages that they're sending, and say, oh, look, you're my next feature on my social media, and put, look what this person's sending, because for all we know, that person has a partner, a wife, a girlfriend, or something like that, and they could end up in serious trouble with that person if, you know, they're sending these inappropriate messages to young girls. Julie says, do not interact. And I would say the only form of interaction would be swift and sharp F off. That would be my opinion. But, you know, you're not the first person this has happened to. And unfortunately, you won't be the last. And You know, there are a bunch of sick puppies out there. Absolute bunch of sick puppies who think that they can take advantage of young girls. I mean, no interaction at all, Julie says. Okay. When you get pickle pics, you send one back. What? You send back a picture of an actual pickle. You could just send them back a picture of Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty. Yes, it is grooming. You're absolutely right. I don't take issue, Julie, with that at all. With that statement. Like I said, the only and I don't even advocate the interaction, but the only interaction I would say is worthwhile is to tell them you're not falling for it. Is to tell them to go F themselves. But if you disagree with that, that's fair enough. You know. But you're kind of scared because people sent me inappropriate pictures. I'm sorry for telling you. No, it's fine. Look, it's absolutely fine. If they're sending you inappropriate pictures, right? I've got 10,000 followers on X. Just saying. So, send me screenshots of these things. I don't really want to see them, but if you send me these screenshots, I will publicly share them. And I will say, look what these people are sending to a 17-year-old vulnerable girl. Look what this person's doing. Make sure. And you can set it up so that they can't send you messages. I don't think this will be on X, though, because Tiana says she doesn't really know how to use X. But but what I'm saying is, look, if you want to name, shame, and expose them, I'm down. I'll do it. You don't even have to do it. I'll do it. Then I take all the heat, which is fine. I'll send their tiny little pickle pics to 10,000 people quite happily. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm not sorry, because I'll do it. Everyone here knows I'll do it. Maybe that's mean, but do I give 2 shiny shites? No. No, I don't. If they'd like to do that to a vulnerable young girl, well, they can be shamed. Right, where is that sitting? That's sitting there? Yeah, there. Yes and no. I mean, 17 is... Well, you can get married and have children at 17. It's a bit weird. If she was sending inappropriate pictures, yes, there would be an issue because you can't really send those at under 18. But if the people are sending her inappropriate pictures and she's not responding, that's a different story altogether. And I can shame those people. And I'm quite happy to shame those people. I'm just saying. I think it would be fun if they want to treat people like that and young girls like that. Then and send that if they want to send those pictures of their own volition to young girls, then they won't mind those pictures being shared with 10,000 people, will they? They won't mind that at all, because they made the choice. They made the choice to send those pictures in the first place, so they obviously wanted them to be seen. They obviously don't want them to be seen, or sorry, they obviously do want them to be seen, because if they didn't want them to be seen, they wouldn't be sending them out. So, you know what? I'm doing them a favour in doing that. Yes, I'm going to name them, shame them, show their pictures, show their faces in some circumstances, if we can. But why not? They deserve it. Your worst trait is Your worst trait is feeling bad, being guilt tripped into it. You don't know if it's also your ASD. Look, it might be. You are vulnerable. You are classed as vulnerable. And, you know, it's sad, but it's true. And that sort of thing, and it needs protection. It needs protection. Those sorts of people, vulnerable people, need protection. And yes, technically, me, Lisa, are also classed as vulnerable, but I think we're past it at this point. But we can also protect or help protect other people. And you know what? That's kind of what we do with the channel, because what we like to do with the channel is help disabled people in traveling and things like that. So it's kind of what we do with the channel, just in a different way. It's in a different way. But yes, I agree with Julie here. Don't let anyone guilt trip you. These people are disgusting. They are disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you're watching over there on the vertical, you can come across to the horizontal where the build area is massive. It's throughout the whole screen, and then I'm in a tiny picture in the corner. So just go and find the same stream, but horizontal. In order to do that, you're not going to lie. You literally don't trust anyone anymore. But thank you for letting me tell you. I know what was something that needs to be said. Look, the problem is, and this is why I always say to, like, if Natalie was watching, I've always said to her that if, you know, people watch the channel and then want to message her in the background, I've always said to her, you know, be very careful. And if you're going to enter into a conversation with somebody, make sure it's not sexual in nature or anything, because you don't know who's behind that screen. You don't know if you are talking to a minor, say, for example, and you not only could you end up in trouble, but you could end up putting someone else in trouble, like in a vulnerable situation. And she gets it, right? I'm not going to say that she ever would do that, because I don't think she would. But the point is that when you are even the tiniest bit public figure, as I've been a much bigger public figure than I am today in the past, if you're going to have private conversations with people, you need to do so cordially and just as a friend. And I'm not saying don't have private relationships, and by relationships I mean friendships and conversations and things like that. Of course. There's nothing wrong with doing that in principle, in theory, but just make sure it remains cordial. So people can see, A, that you are the person that you portray yourself as on camera, and B, you're not doing this. I mean, you know, unfortunately there are people, and the creators that do it are unmasked so often these days. There are people that literally get into this sphere and try and make themselves big and famous or whatever on the internet so that they can prey on other people. It's a thing, and it happens. It's unfortunate, but it's true, right? So I've always said that we can be cordial as a team, and we can have friendships and conversations with other people. But if you're going to have those conversations, please make sure that they are on the level and platonic, because you don't want to get yourself or that other person in trouble. Oh dear, you're not going to lie. You literally don't trust, but yeah, you got asked if you're a V word. That's not anybody's business. That's literally nobody's business but your own. That is literally nobody's business but your own. So these people are just scum. Absolute scum. Yes, Lisa, if you tried to get smeggy with a rando, like, I'm telling you, if I find that you've got some nurse coming round, thanks to a video you've made on the channel, I will not be best pleased. Adam, wow. Now there's someone who I haven't seen on the stream for God knows how long. He's alive, folks. Hit the like button, Adam. Go ahead. But no, you're not scum. Of course you're not scum, Adam. You're my boy, Adam. You're my boy. But no, do not let these people. Yeah, Gordon's alive. I didn't think he was. I'm not gonna lie. Although I do speak to him on the phone quite regularly, to be fair. I didn't know he was alive. It's just nice for him to be on the stream. Although he might end up not alive if he continues going down the holes he's going down. Oh dear. Sorry, Adam. Just please look after yourself, matey. Look after yourself. That's all I ask. Oh yeah, you do have ducks, don't you, Adam? You like gulags, do you? Do you know what? I'm just going to say this. I actually do think you would enjoy a gulag. No, to be fair to our Adam here, Lisa, the rabbit holes he's going down actually have some great merit to them. They're not like rabbity rabbit holes, if you get what I mean. They have some real merit to them. And yeah. Just that. They're nothing to do with like, you know, government is coming to suck your soul or anything like that. But I just don't want to see a good friend of mine end up in some kind of trouble. That's all I'm saying. So I hope he doesn't. What on earth? Have I built this wrong somehow? Because that should go on there. And that should go to there. No, I haven't. I've done it right. It was the last drawing. You got messaged by a 27-year-old. Oh, God, you have to go to Bath again tomorrow. Lisa, you're going to be close to Wales again. Jesus. Hey, look, Adam, I got a super chat goal. One super chat, £5 or more. First one to honour that goal is a legend. Train. You got to train. Yeah, because Lisa doesn't drive because she's epileptic and she doesn't trust herself at the wheel. Whenever we go on a little ride at Disney called Autopia, she's terrified. She's terrified. Even on they're like little go-karts. You love Bath and you love Wales. Fair enough. You should not have to go back soon. I like the sound of that, Lisa. I like the sound of that. Look, I'm not saying that Wales is bad because I haven't been there. And I would like to go there. And we would like to go to the one theme park that they have, Oakwood. So we'd like to do it and see it. I think it's worth a look. But stereotypes are stereotypes, baby. Stereotypes, baby. Where are we at here? I'm looking for a brick. Right in front of me. Right, blood in front of me. Just right there. Ah, you have a training day. Do you remember that movie Training Day? Terrible, wasn't it? People love it. Don't know why, but they do. Look at that. The detail in this thing is insane. I mean, we're filling in these shops for like no reason at all because you're never going to see inside them. You're making bread tomorrow, are you, Tiana? Well, take it from one person with a gluten intolerance. I'm jealous. I love bread. So much. So does Lisa. But bread also doesn't love her. So what do we do when we go to France? We go straight to a boulangerie inside Auchan and get fresh bread. It doesn't like us. It doesn't love us. But by God, we're having it. Because fresh French baguettes cannot be beaten. They just can't. And anybody that says that they can is lying. With blue French cheese. I'm sorry, Ben, Saturday I ate a whole baguette and got a whole little strawberry milk, and that's what me and my friend had Saturday. You know what? Don't be sorry. That just sounds wonderful. That sounds absolutely wonderful. And what I would do if I had the ability. I mean, I shouldn't eat the stuff. I do eat the stuff. I shouldn't eat it at all. But I do. What have I missed? I was supposed to build that. I just completely skipped out on that. I'm glad that I did not. But yeah. Did you get yourself some boulangerie bread this last week, Lisa? Just asking for a friend. I'm hoping you did. Because I know what you're like. But then again, because you were on site in a Compass Club hotel, you may not have gone up to the supermarket. You ate a bin in the lounge. Oh, you ate a bit. Sorry. That's my eyes there. You ate it. Yeah, and once again, Disney's fresh bread is also really good. It's and if you're in a lounge setting as well, it's going to be really fresh. Was it at least buffet service in the lounge this time? Very odd. Because I think that would make it... Oh, it was. That would make it worthwhile because Hotel New York... Oh, drinks in bottles still. You know what? Drinks in bottles is kind of fine because you're getting more drink... Or what are in the glass bottles? The glass 330s. Because if that's the case, then that's a treat. They are the best. But on a good note, one of your good friends is messaging you again, and you was brave and did something that you wouldn't have done before. You joined a new friend group interacting with new people. That's great, you know. But once again, if anybody ever tries to take advantage of you within that friend group, the ideas are the same. Tell them to F off. The 330 glass bottles are gorgeous. I love them. I think that is the best way to serve Coke. And Cherry Coke, because they actually have 330ml glass bottles of Cherry Coke at Disneyland Paris, which is like unheard of. Oh, look, that's just locked that in place. That's really clever. You know what? I hope the Compass Club was good. I do. Because obviously what it costs is a fortune. And I hope it was better than what we got at the Hotel New York. And I'm not saying what we got at the Hotel New York was bad, because it wasn't. But that tea time service was shit. But all round, you know, the Hotel New York was lovely. That's pretty cool. It was less sterile, was it? I like the sound of that. Well, where the fudge is this going then? Oh, it goes there. Look at that. Even the little windows on the sides have got little overhanging ledges. You're going to have a go at making mozzarella this week. How on earth do you make mozzarella? You just stick some cheese in some water and hope for the best. Sorry. That's probably being very, very simple. Very simple indeed. Right, that's bag 14 done. Florence is sleeping in the box. She's right down here to my right. She is sleeping in the box on top of the bags. I wish I could show you. But yeah, I just had to pull this bag 15 out from under her. Yeah, we'll do DLH one day when the channel can pay for it. Right. Look, with Spring Trip, Golden Forest would obviously be lovely. However, off-site works too. You just tell me where to drive, and I'll buy the Eurotunnel ticket, and I'll drive there. You just point me in a direction, and I'll do it. We've got another micro figure. We get 2 of each, so if you lose one, at least you've got a spare, I guess. Here we go. Can we get a focus? Kind of. There you go. Another micro figure. You know, this horizontal stream has had a total of 10 views. 10 views on the horizontal. Whereas the vertical has had 235. It's annoying how YouTube prioritize these streams. However, as long as people are coming along, saying hi, clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to come across to the horizontal, you can, then feel free to do so. We are here to say hello. But yes, I don't mind staying, like I say, just point me in a direction and say drive. And I'll drive. And we'll stop at some random French service stations along the way to buy overpriced French Red Bull. And it is overpriced. But we do love France. J'adore la France. We're getting a bit more height on it here. You're waiting for your new job to okay you being in France in September for like 2 to 4 weeks. Fair enough. Okay, this is getting even higher. I mean, if it becomes the summer/autumn trip, we could try and hit up the... I don't know when Festival of Music starts. But, like, a live pop-punk band doing Disney pop-punk songs in Autopolis actually sounds pretty cool. Spring, it works for me. It works for me. So, yes. You're hopefully going to Adventure Island next week. Going to see if you get any more views. You're pissed off of your school as you were meant to go on a school trip to Paris for your English course. They was like not happening. And that's probably because, and I'll tell you why. Schools now only, they suggest trips. And then they wait for parents to say, yes, we will send our kid on that. And then if are not enough parents say yes to that trip, then they just go, you know what, we're not doing it. Yeah, we're just not doing it. Bit of a dick move. Bit of a dick move indeed. But that is the way schools operate these days. So if not enough parents go, yes, we want to go on that trip, or we want to send our kid on that trip, they just go, yeah, I'm not doing it. And that will be the end of that. Oh, look, we've got a bit more of a roof on here. Looking pretty cool. We are getting some height on this bit of Diagon Alley at the moment. And then we're going to do a little bit of reading about what the shop is. Oh, God. Oh, wow. I mean, just wow, Lisa. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But you know what? Completely and utterly believe it. Completely and utterly believe it. Lisa just said that she can pay for a room in, you know, where we stayed, our favourite offsite hotel, babe. She says she can get a month there for cheaper than a trip in the Compass Club again. And I believe it. They offer a long stay discount. Wow. I mean, this is getting even taller. Well, maybe not taller, but more fleshed out. So, this is Borgin and Burke's, tucked away in Nocturne Alley, a shady side street of Diagon Alley. This quirky haunt, filled with ancient curiosities, infamously attracts a slightly more sinister wizarding clientele. Oh, there you go. And then we just continue on. I really, really didn't think this set would be so cool. Because it is mostly made of tiny parts, right? It's mostly made of tiny parts, but they are building an Edinburgh Street shop. Is that what that is? Is that what that is? You've made a song with your own beat, made your own lyrics and singing, etc. You love Nocturne Alley. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Let's continue on. It's called I'm Rising Up. That. Okay. Okay. That's cool. What was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Most of Harry Potter is inspired or blatantly stolen from Edinburgh. Yeah, well, that's because that's where Rowling lived, wasn't it? She sat there writing some of it on napkins in Starbucks. So she was probably just looking across the road. And the thing is, she obviously didn't. She had nothing to do with production design, but she would have had influence, but not. Well, she might have had direct creative control. I'm not really sure. But she wouldn't have been the one that, you know, designed the movie sets. She'd have certainly approved, or I guess. We're going to put something on there. Okay. You know what? Maybe I should become an agony uncle. Whilst I'm building Lego, tell me your biggest woes, and I will tell you if I can solve them. Nice. Really nice. Yes, I've heard you find a ton of the characters in the graveyards of Edinburgh. I've heard that. So, I tried to send a certain Scottish old person out to the graveyards of Edinburgh to collect some footage for me, where I would have just done some voiceover and left him silent. But I did try to send him out for research purposes. Just far too lazy. Far too lazy. I mean, you have no trip booked. It's a big woe. Well, I advocate that changes. You have no Harry Potter trip. That's your biggest woe. I want to go to Universal in Orlando, obviously, but hopefully they build some Potter here in the UK. Yeah, we know he needed a producer. You'll sort that by the end of the week. Holy shit! A lot of this is just to build one bookcase. Look at this. Yay! It's gonna hurt my fingers. Friggin' hell. I mean, I don't know whether to be impressed or worried. But it's gonna hurt. Right. Let's move in. Let's lean in. Let's make sure you've got a good view of this. You need a good view. Right, level 1. Level 2 is yellow, gold, blue. Yellow. Gold. Oh, God. Blue. Then we're going to at least put one of these on. Look at that. There's the bottom pile of books. Yay. And then yellow, red, gold, or gold, red, yellow. So we'll go gold, red, yellow because we're going from right to left, weirdly. Look, they might not be able to include Potter in Universal Studios UK, and I'll tell you why. Couple of reasons. First of all, they don't want to replicate the attractions that are in Florida. So they don't want to, because they want the UK clientele still going out to the Florida resort, which is obviously their premier resort, free theme parks, water park, hotels, all of that. So they still want the UK clientele flying over there. And if they start copying those rides and attractions, it makes it less likely that the UK clientele will fly out there, so I get that, right? Completely understand that. But the second reason is just up the road, there is the Harry Potter Studio Tour. And I don't know if Universal will have the rights to build in this country Potter on their theme park. There might be some sort of clause that says they can't. Yeah, that works, Lisa. That works. That works for me. So you're saying do a day's work from France? Because I can just work on Friday on editing and stuff. So it doesn't bother me. Well, I don't think I could because I don't have an annual pass. That is my only issue. I no longer have an annual pass. Finally built the bookcase. Look at that. Look at the state of it. And no, it's not all completely straight. And no, I don't care. Put it in. There it is. There it is. You can book Crypt tickets online. Okay. You live in that studio tour, been there 2 times, had your dream come true, met the Death Eaters, you were screaming. I've not been. And I think it would make a good video for the channel, by the way. But it's getting round to doing it. Not that one. Yes, that one. No, I've not been. I've never been to the Harry Potter Studio Tour. You auditioned, got through several rounds, and then Boris shut it down again. Ah, yeah, well. You know. Not that you're bitter. Look. We all know that when Boris shut everything down, there was no need to do it. We all know that. That is a fact at this point. But there is a but. There's nothing we can do now. We tried. We certainly tried. And I think it was better to. It was after Eat Out to Make the Richer Rich. Eat Out to Help Out did help us, to be fair. But I don't know. I think that goes there. And then that one goes there. Yeah, that looks right. Also, side note, do not audition for Merlin this year. They are gutting the performance department UK-wide. I thought they might be because they're pretty much bankrupt, so... Oh, God. I had to have that can of American Vanilla Coke because I forgot to have my morning coffee. And I think that could have something to do with this eye twitching. I don't know. I don't know. No performances in Legoland at all this year. Jesus fuck. And we're building another bookcase. And sorry for swearing. But yes, unfortunately, these theme parks are getting out of control cost-wise in the UK. No, I didn't, Lisa. So I was having at least one coffee with sugar in the morning. But yesterday and today I forgot to have it. But this eye twitching thing has been happening since before then. So I didn't cut out caffeine completely because I didn't want to. It was a case of I'm cutting down from 10 to 12 full sugar cans of Coke a day to none. So I at least want a little bit of sugar in my coffee in the morning. So that's what I've been doing, and I've still been losing weight at quite an astonishing rate, to be fair. Quite an astonishing speed. But, yeah. You should never cut all of it out at once. It's unhealthy. Yeah, you know what? I think, for me, it was, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. So it was literally all or nothing. So, you know, like when we go away next, when me and Lisa go away next, I'll probably drink vanilla Coke like it's coming out my ears. Because that's a treat. And that's how I'll justify it. But God damn it. You know what? I'll just use this. That could even be right. It is right. There we go. Right, and then that sits on there. So we've got books on both sides. Lots of books. Lots of books. You walked a billion steps and lost a whopping 0.2 kilograms. Wow. I think I've lost about 11 pounds at this point in just over 3 weeks. So what's that in kilograms? And that's from literally doing nothing but cutting out those Coca-Colas. You're also now on an Advantage Eurostar member. You got free upgrade. Well, if we end up going on Eurostar at any point, remember, you get quite the upgrade for quite cheap just for travelling with me. Because I'll travel on my scooter and go in a chair seat. And we get access to the lounge doing that as well, which I always find very amusing. I always find that very amusing. So we're in the posh lounge, and all of these people in suits and ties, and then there's just us. Oh, should we get some wine? Should we get some beers? Should we get some Coca-Colas? And they just lock together to secure it all in place. They've really thought everything through on this, haven't they? It's looking great. It's stunning. It's all served on plates on the train, is it? Wow. Beats and Tape says, if I walked a billion steps, I would get lost. There's only one way to get out of that kind of anxiety, Tiana. and the only way is through. So you've just got to grit your teeth, bear it, and step onto that ride. That is the only way. And then once you realise it's not as bad as you thought it was, that's how you can then progress on to doing the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. It's the only way. I wish there were another, but there isn't. You're hoping you at least built some muscle as your legs hurt. Well, I can imagine you probably did, Lisa. No, you can't do that on your own, but I've got a feeling that we'll be doing some kind of meetups this year, hopefully, on the channel. And if you've got a Merlin pass, I think you do, then that's going to be quite easy, because we'll do one at Thorpe Park to ride the big coasters. We'll do that, hopefully, in the year, and we can make a big vlog of the meetup, like we made a vlog on my birthday when we went to Legoland, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed myself. I had a really good birthday, actually. Lisa was there, Natalie was there, obviously my wife and kids were there, and Natalie's kids were there as well. It was really good. I might do the same this year, actually. Do Legoland again, because I did enjoy it. It would be nice to stay in their hotel, but at the end of summer, it's going to be so expensive. I enjoyed the Flying Theatre as well. I think it's very good. Merlin Pass is a pass for Chessington, Legoland, Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, every Madame Tussauds in the country, the London Eye, every Dungeons in the country, and every Sea Life Centre in the country. And there are a few other things as well. Yes, Mr. Coaster Journey's near Southend, isn't he? Mr. Coaster Journey. He is near Southend. He's not here tonight, obviously. I'll tell you what, I got a picture through from Mr. Coaster Journey, actually, at about 1:30 this morning. Hold on, my eye's going again. So I got a picture through from Mr. Coaster Journey at about 1:30 this morning of a swollen toe, and he dropped a vice off of his workbench onto his toe, but he was wearing steel toe cap boots, so he didn't get too hurt. But we're definitely building a bookshop here. Okay, Lisa. Oh, look, I'm done on bag 15. Didn't even realise. I've got to find 16, Florence. Let me in. Got it. We went to the Shrek's Adventure. Lisa came with me, actually. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't amazing. I think there is a vlog on the channel, actually. Some David Icke books in there. David Icke is not a hero, people. He's not. Sorry. I know some people don't want to hear that. I mean, what he is he's a good talker. And he's a man who knows how to sell stuff. That's what David Icke is. And, you know, I'm not going to knock him for the grift. The grift is strong with that one. Shit in hell, this bookcase is huge. But yes, Mr. Icke is, yeah. Your mum is obsessed with Shrek. Have you done the Shrek's Adventure before? Because, like I say, we did it on the channel. and it wasn't the best. It just, it's unfortunate because it could have been something great, but it's Merlin, and they absolutely cheaped out on the theming. They absolutely cheaped out on the theming. It's like there are some parts of it that are really good, and then there are some parts of it it's just like, well, I'm in a corridor. And to be honest with you, the best part of it is an area after the main Shrek's adventure, where you go into this DreamWorks area where there's like things from Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon. There's a full size Toothless in there. That's the best part of Shrek's adventure, in my opinion. It's not bad. I think we said it in the vlog. It'd be great. It's great for kids, but as an adult, or I think even probably a 17-year-old going there, it's just you're still mad. They made you get in 2 lifts. They made you get in 2 lifts, Lisa. That was fun. Well, hey, fun. The dungeons was pretty good though. Next door. In fact, the dungeons, I really enjoyed the dungeons. It's far more catered to the adults. I mean, it was all very, I guess, magical is a good term to use for the Shrek's adventure, but I just think they cheaped out on it, and they could have done so much better. And I'm actually shocked, considering the SimWorks. So it starts with what's called a SimWorks immersive tunnel, and you go on this magical bus, and that's your first thing you do in Shrek's adventure. Yes, the London Dungeons is right next door to Shrek's adventure. You don't need to go in there for your 18th. You can go in there at any age. Ah, yeah, that's true. Your brain was having a mess at the end of the London Dungeons, and when we went the rides, both the rides were broken, weren't they? So the boat ride was out, and the drop tower was out as well. So we didn't get to do those because they weren't working, which sucked. It did. It absolutely sucked because, and I mean the drop towers aren't very big. I think they're like 20 foot, but it's just, you know, that part of the experience where you get sentenced and then you go to the gallows. You didn't get to do that. So your mum wanting to take me for your 18th birthday. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, like I say, but when you go to Shrek's adventure, you might as well book the dungeons at the same time. You might as well bang them both out, one after the other. That's what we did. They're literally right next door to one another, Tiana. They couldn't be closer if you tried. So there's a lineup. So you've got the London Eye. Directly opposite the London Eye is the London Dungeons. Literally next door in the same building is Shrek's Adventure. And then next door again in the same building is Sea Life London. You can go on all 4 of those attractions with your Merlin Pass. And you can bang them out in a single day. Oh, God. Yes, you can bang them out in a single day. You're really hoping to go to the Tower of London. Lisa tours. So Lisa runs a little independent tour company. And you do some stuff at the Tower, don't you, Lisa? I think. I'm not sure. And now, look, I'm shilling Rebellion Tours right now. I'm shilling Rebellion Tours. Because it deserves shilling. And when she's up and running properly, we'll go on one with the channel. We'll go on a Rebellion tour. Ooh, look at all them books. So yeah. You do a tower tour that focuses on Tower of London and Tower Bridge. There you go, look at that. So perhaps, because Lisa's tours look far more entertaining than all the other tours combined. I'm just saying. They look pretty good. They look fun. They look informative and a little bit naughty. So, worth doing, I would say. You just need to update your website. You should mainly focus on private tours now. So there you go, right? But I'm sure we could put together some private tours specifically for viewers of this channel. That's all I'm thinking. It could be something for us all to go and do in a meetup kind of setting. We could go and have a tour of London. Just an idea. Just an idea. Throwing it out there. We could do a meetup in London. We could do a private tour of London. And then perhaps go to some of the attractions or something after the fact as well. Go for dinner or whatever as a group. Well, we would, Lisa, what we would do then, in that instance, is we would make it an exclusive. We would say, there are, 15 spaces available. That's what we say. With 15 spaces available. And it's first come, first serve. And I'd be quite happy to set that up for not for like now, but maybe later in the summer. We could start the process of advertising it sooner rather than later. And we could, if you set the rate, then what we'll do is we'll make sure that the rate is paid. So like a group rate or whatever. And we can vlog it at the same time. So. And put it out as a meetup video. Everybody wins. We get a group meetup. We get a vlog out of it. And you get a tour. Just an idea there, folks, for later in the summer. Because let's face it, a lot of us know who each other is, or at least know of each other. But a lot of us haven't met. And it would be nice to put some faces to names. I'm not going to lie. It'd be very nice. Doo-doo-doo. And of course, Lisa would make sure we get a good group rate. We haven't booked. We haven't come up with a date yet. It's just an idea I'm literally throwing out there right now, Tiana. We can certainly look into dates and things like that. And what me and Lisa will do between us is we'll set a date. We'll set a rate for the group tour. And we'll offer it out. It's something different. It's something different. It's an idea. And it means we can all have a day together. That's all I'm thinking. Right, so put that there. Wait, could you ask Mr. Coaster Journey about maybe Adventure Island? Hopefully maybe have someone to go on Axis with you. I can ask him. I can ask him. So what I could do is I could ask him to pop in on tomorrow night's chat. Quite possibly. I might have to make Chrissy come on the show tomorrow. I was waiting for a what? That's because if I finish this now, then I'm out of Lego. But Chrissy's got Himeji Castle and the Dumbo, Eeyore, and Red Panda brickheads, which just got delivered to our local Matalan just yesterday. Because we ordered them a few days ago before. Yay, Castle. Yeah, okay. I'll ask him to. I'll send him a message after the show, and I'll ask him to pop in the chat tomorrow, and we'll see what he says. He's lovely, but there is a rule. We do not speak his real name out loud. He's like the Stig. He's like this. He likes to be left anonymous. So obviously, you can speak his real name to his face, and he'll tell you his real name. But he just likes to be left anonymous, and I get that. I understand that. And there are good reasons behind that. That's all I will say. That's all I will say. But other than that, you're fine. And I'm sure I think he lives about 10 minutes away. It's the second one, Lisa. We're making a Himeji Castle. Himeji Castle, not Takeshi's Castle beats and tapes. Himeji. Come on now, boy. I know it kind of like Takeshi's Castle. I get that. Why do you have 2 annual passes for Adventure Island? You only need 1. You said this the other day, and I was thinking, huh? Why do you have 2? Takeshi's Castle would have way more balls and false walls. One for each foot. I like that. Okay, we're putting that in. We're putting that in. Because the school gifted you one for getting 100% attendance for a few months. Oh my god, so is it named or is it transferable? What on earth? Oh, that one goes on there. That's why. So, like, can someone else use your spare one? Or have you just got 2? It is transferable. So, like, Mr. Journey, for example, if he came to Adventure Island with you, he wouldn't have to buy a ticket. Because he could just use your spare one. I mean, Axis is okay. Like I've said before, but if you go and watch my video, I'm just kind of bored on it. It's got no sensation. It's got no forces. At all. No, it's okay. Like I said, I'll ask him to jump on stream tomorrow night and perhaps texture brick. Discuss it. With you. And obviously, you have to contact him outside of the stream in order to arrange a time or whatever. And a place. Well, we know the place. Adventure Island. I'm just not going back there anytime soon. I'm sorry, but I'm not going back there. That place hurt me. There was loads more there that I didn't do, and that I would have liked to have done, and I would have liked to have ridden. And the idea was to transfer up to Fort Park for the second part of that day, and it just couldn't happen. I was in too much pain. They need to scrap that coaster. They really need to scrap that coaster. It's crap. Oh, dearie me. Looking for a spare piece. I mean, these are all the spares from this set so far. I'll pull them on here for a minute. You have such bad ride anxiety that sometimes it's best for people to come. You understand the drop tower and need help getting on, and the Dragon Scroll. The drop tower is shit. Once again, it's got absolutely no forces. But obviously these things are far more intimidating off-ride than when you're actually on them. It sucks. And I understand that anxiety. I do understand that. You hate drop towers, feel like you're going to fall out. Now the one at Adventure Island, honestly, it's crap. You are stapled in there like no tomorrow, first and foremost. But secondly, you don't even really feel it dropping. It's very slow. You didn't feel much on the last trip as you was in pain a lot of the 2 days. Endo can kiss your ass. Endo? I don't... endometriosis. Oh, for God's sake. I've done it again. Oh, yeah, that sucks. That sucks indeed. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, if you haven't filled your quota, then we're going to have discussions. I'm joking. Oh, what do you think this is? Chasing Descent? I think I'm building like some kind of fireplace, perhaps, or a chimney. Probably a chimney. Yes, there's a roof. What's going on there? Florence is waking up, folks. This could be dangerous. Look, I know that you get very, very happy when a certain person blows a kiss at you. I know that. And that's fine. And if that means that you had bad stabby pain-ish, like I said, I'm not bothered. Obviously, when we go again, what we'll do when it comes to content is I intend, like the nut bar that I am, to actually make a content schedule, so I know what I'm filming, when I'm filming it, and what shots I need to get for the most part. Because then you can have the time to film the content, and you can also then have a holiday, because it is work. And it is work, but then in the same breath, you do want to enjoy it whilst you're there. And me and Lisa have had this annoyance before, where we're just, at loggerheads because we're trying to make everything refers around content, and then we get annoyed. Bloody James. Oh, love him. Love him. Oh, dearie me. Getting good, this. Look. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to place the light in its correct place. And Dexter has taken out my guitar. Okay. Just going to change the settings on it. Right, this is up full. At 4400. That's good. I like that. You got videos of the scaffolding of the Wild West and the rare tart flowers. You filmed the room in. Yep. You kept trying to get him to use the lobby toilets, but nope. You also called down to request water 2 days in a row. To request water. And no, and I will say this about the one that we stayed in. You know, the Hotel New. See, that looks way better. You can actually see it now. The Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel. I will say this about that. When we requested water, it was there. Credit where credit is due, right? We requested water, we got water. Little feather on the shop front there. It looks like we're building a street light again with the rest of this. You couldn't see me, Lisa. You can't see me. Oh dear. Love you, Bubba. You were saying love you to Lila. Okay, where are these meant to go? It worries me that these are left over. Why are these left over? I know why. I know why. Because that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And that little chimney goes there. Yes, Lisa, I did it wrong. Correct. You are correct. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 4th section of Diagon Alley built. I'm running out of space here because I do have 4 massive sections of it built now. It's normally you. Oh, and that's book 4 done as well. I'm going to place book 5 on there. I'm looking at the time. I think we'll do one more bag. We'll start book 5. And then there'll be 4 bags left for tomorrow. 18, 19, 20, 21. I think that's the way. Yeah. 17. There's more paper baggage in here. You've got to look through it. Oh, look at this. Hey, look at that. It's really not wanting to focus on that, is it? There you go. That's cool. Look, babe. No sticker. That's what I like. Push all this to the side. Start pouring these out. There's another micro figure hidden amongst this. Well, another 2 micro figures, technically. There's one of them. There's the other one. So, I think it's a Weasley. I don't know. Possibly. Possibly a Weasley. Go and do your French. And thank you for popping along. And obviously, always love our conversations. Once again, people, we do have a super chat goal of 1 super chat, £5 or more. Okay. Basically, if you think there's value in this entertainment, that's cool. If you don't, I hope you still had fun. Okay. Oh God, my eye's twitching again. I did my French earlier. I saw that you hadn't done yours yet, Lisa. To be fair. Okay. So that goes on there like that. And then we're going to put another 2x3 with a 1x2 in black, which is there. Au revoir. Au revoir. A bientôt. I'm learning. I'm on like day 276 of learning French now. And I must admit, I'm starting to understand it when I hear it now. So I'm starting to understand what people are saying when I hear it. Am I confused? Yes. Yes, I am. It doesn't matter. Just be confused. Am I ready to have full-blown conversations in French? No, I'm not. This is going to be a much longer segment than the last one. But just because I'm not ready to have much longer conversations doesn't mean that I'm not picking it up, because I am. I'm really picking it up. And I'm really starting to understand what's being said to me in French, if that makes sense. Rather than... Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to put on an end cap underneath here. And on that end cap is going to go that, but not there. It goes there with that there. Holy crap. Okay. We're just building the edge of the street right now. Another round one. Another one of these jumper plates. Another 1x2 round sleeper. There we go. And then a grey 1x2 jumper plate. Perfect. One of those there. One of those there. And that one there. You was considering being annoying and starting speaking in German. You can if you like. But like I said, I've been learning French for 276 days, and I thought it wasn't really paying off. But the more I listen, the more I understand. So it's going in there. It might not be coming out of here right now, sort of, you know, as a matter of everyday speaking, but it is going in here, and I am hearing it, and I am starting to understand what I'm hearing. So that's good. I'm happy about that, because I think having another language under your belt is very good, because especially in the line of work that we're trying to be in here, you want to be able to communicate. We travel to France a lot. We go to Disneyland Paris a lot, yes, but hopefully we're going to do a lot more over there. Want to do Parc Asterix and things like that, and it would be nice to be able to speak to them in their own language. And not only that, you know, if we're on a vlog and we could do some of the vlog in French, it'd be pretty nice. It's just a way to broaden yourself and open yourself up, which is something we'd like to do, I think. Something I'd like to do anyway. So, yeah, I think it's good. Your dad couldn't speak other languages but could interpret. And that's kind of what I'm doing, right? At the moment, I'm interpreting when it comes to French. I can't understand it fully. I cannot understand it fully, but I can sort of understand basic conversations now. Gianna says, I'm going to get going now. Need to go to bed. Thank you for tonight, everyone. Thank you for messaging me, Coaster Journey for me. I hope everyone has a great evening. Yeah, you too. Go and chill out and have a great evening yourself. And yeah, I'll drop a message across to him to get on the chat tomorrow. Whether or not he will, I can't force him to do that, but I can certainly ask him. I don't yet have the power over humanity to bend everyone to my will. Perhaps one day, but that day is not today. Oh dear. We're building walls now. Nice baby blue walls. And yes, it is a very good skill to have. It's a very good skill to have. Especially if it's a country that you actually visit, right? If it's a country you actually visit, I think it's very good to be learning that language. I mean, if you're only going to go there once, yeah, maybe you just make do and get by if you're only going to go there once. But I've been into France so many times that it's kind of scandalous that I don't know their language. I'm not going to lie. I should at least know some of it. But I never took the time to learn, so I've been taking that time to learn over the past few months. And like I said, I'm not the best at it yet, but I can sort of work out what they're saying now. If somebody tells you, oh yeah, you're going to be perfectly fine and you're going to have learnt that skill and that language in 5 minutes, don't listen to them. It's a load of bollocks. But you will pick it up. It's just all about repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. And you will pick it up. That one on there. Right. Whatever that is, it's been built. And is sitting in here. Man, they really have thought about the design of this. Everything just fits nicely in its place. I will say, once again, though, my fingers are really starting to hurt. So, that's a thing that's happening. Oof. It's because the pieces are so tiny. If they were much bigger pieces, this wouldn't hurt. But it's just, they're tiny. And then you've got to make sure they're lined up right and they've got really sharp edges. It's like stepping on Lego with your fingers. Bloody painful. It's really bloody painful. And then that sits on there. And then we're going to go that and that. I mean, I really could continue to the end of this set today. But I think we can blag one more stream out of it. And as it's only 4 bags, maybe we could just make Chrissy finish it. And then she can start a new set. I mean, I would like to finish it, but if she's willing to finish it, then we should just make her finish it. Look at, where'd that go? It just went flying. Look at that. Little fruits. Cookie, strawberry, lemon. Oh no, sorry. Cookie, strawberry, lime, orange. I mean, every piece is printed, and I love that. I really, really love that. And on it goes to sit there. What else have we got here? Right, one of those and one of those. That one there, and that one there. See, anything bigger than 1x1 and it doesn't really hurt. It's those 1x1s, those tiny, teeny pieces. They're what really hurt. And I guess if you do this all the time, like some channels that are literally devoted to building this stuff, and I guess if you do it all of the time, you kind of build, it's like playing guitar. You build up calluses on your fingers, so you build up somewhat of a tolerance to it. I reckon that's happening here. One more of those. There it is. Okay. We're going to sit that on there like that. Slightly overhanging. Right. And then, so that's going to start looking a bit weird. Got a little grabby bit. Where's the grabby bit? There's the grabby bit. That's going there. That's going there. With one of those and one of those. So that one there versus that one there. These are some very unique shades of blue and yellow. I mean, I don't think it's picking up the shading of that very well. It just looks like yellow to you guys there on the camera. But that is like a really light baby yellow. It looks pretty good. Get out. There you go. Right, so that is going, sitting in there. With that immediately behind it, like that. Then we're building what appears to be a cash register. I'm not really sure. Oh, God, it goes again. Annoying is an understatement. That I will say. Cash register. Sit there. Bit of a window bar. I think we're pretty much done on this bag. Not long to go anyway. Wondering what was going on there. It seems to have stacked two. I was like, where's the second one? Oh, it's sitting on top of it. And then that there. And that is sitting in there. Like that. Okay. And then there's the final bits of this bag. One of those. Just put that there for a sec. Another one of those. And they are sitting one here. No, not that way round. That way round. One there. Versus one there. To create some kind of seating area, I guess, outdoors. Like that. And that is the end of the bag. And boys and girls, that is also the end of the stream. Well, nearly the end. Because obviously, you get a bit more big screen me if you're on the horizontal. So that I can say a huge thank you for coming along, chatting. Oh, there goes my eye again. Liking, subscribing, sharing if you have, and once again, just joining us. So, as always, we hope you've had a wonderful time. I've had a wonderful time. We'll see you tomorrow night to finish this set. I don't know if it be me or if it be Chrissy, but it will get finished. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching this one. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.